Your gubernatorial candidates picked up where they left off last week during the Rotary Club of Guam's forum, with their gloves off. During last night's Guam Medical Association debate, both teams exchanged blows. In his opening remarks, Governor Eddie Calvo described his opponent's politics of destruction, also about the progress made in healthcare over the last 4 years.
Look at how it's improved, not only on an operating and an emergency room, but also the expansion in other areas on public health, on outreach for drug education and substance abuse, for finances have finally been fixed up, and the economy is going strong.
For former Governor Carl Gutierrez, in his opening remarks, he pointed out how Governor Calvo fired the hospital board and replaced them with his own appointees. Gutierrez says now is a serious time for our hospital.
It calls for leadership that will stand up for the interests of every family on the island and not just one health insurer or one family.
Considering it was the GMA, a majority of the questions covered health care from medicinal marijuana to Obamacare to mandatory private insurance coverage. And while both candidates touted their accomplishments, they also disclosed their biggest regrets as governor.
There's one thing I really regret. Senator Ben Pangilinan was a great man. He served the people. Senator Ben served the people. Please. And I felt, and my issue here is that maybe my relationship should have been better. Maybe I should have done a better job in reaching out and taking out mistrust between us. And I'm basically being sincere. That is a regret.
But my biggest failure, ladies and gentlemen, as governor of Guam, is not working with the legislature. The legislature became polarized with Carl Gutierrez. I was just thinking, I'm governor, I got to do it this way, I got to do it this way. I've come to realize that that's wrong, that the legislature dictates by law what we should be moving forward on.
What set this debate apart from the Rotary Forum a week ago was the fact that the candidates for Lieutenant Governor were also given a chance to talk. Both Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio and Attorney Gary Gubernatorial spoke about why they were more qualified than the other. Gubernatorial says he not only was better educated, but was more seasoned.
I understand vets and their problems. I've also worked very hard to accomplish other things. I'm a Commodore in the United States Coast Guard Auxiliary. I'm a one-star admiral. Okay, when the military comes knocking on a door about buildup, I'm ready to talk.
Tenorio, on the other hand, says unlike Gubernatorial, he has been serving the people of Guam for 30 years as a police officer, senator, and lieutenant governor.
I have been able to not just deal with one star, I've dealt with 3-star, 4-star generals and admirals. So never mind your 1 star. This is not about the number of stars that you have on your shoulder. This is about the number of credentials you have behind you, the things that make it a real leader.
Some of the other issues brought up during the debate included experience with disasters. Gutierrez said Calvo didn't have any, while during his administration, he had to deal with several such as Super Typhoon Paka, the Asian economic crisis, and the Korean airline crash. Calvo, however, responded he has had to deal with disasters such as a $300 million deficit when he came into office, fires at ORDOT, tax refunds, COLA, and EITC that hadn't been paid. He said those disasters started with his opponent. The two also answered questions about the possibility of layoffs and whether Calvo had ever wrote off taxes for his family. The governor denied the allegations and also welcomed an audit by the public auditor. Gutierrez, however, said he wanted an independent forensic audit. Meanwhile, there are 2 more meetings for the gubernatorial candidates set before the general election on November 4th.
What we're saying to you, ladies and gentlemen, is that Gary and I are going to have the people of Guam as our only business. We're going to take care of you. We're going to have Jerry Gutierrez get people, helping people back to catch you on the safety net. We have to come together as a community. This belongs to us. This island cannot be continue to run by the elite.
But I'm so humbled and honored to work for such a good people. And I'm asking for 4 more years because I'm here to serve the rich, the poor, the weak, the old, the young. And it's not by pointing fingers and being divisive. In the end of all this, we are all going to come together.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Kenny Quintaniza.